This is the final part of my battle in Flanders. It's been in different parts and all over the field, so I do apologise for it taking so long, and I had hoped to get it all up yesterday so you could see it all at once if you wish to watch the whole battle. Unfortunately I had some upload problems last night, and several failed uploads, and there must have been some internet connection problems, so many apologies for that. It must be frustrating, but we're back on the battlefield now. This is everything is going in our favour here. We're clearing away with our cavalry anything that we can. If you remember, the only thing that was really left standing on the field for us was was an infantry unit that was behind a stone wall. We're clearing away everything else that was there. We're still bringing up those reserves, if you remember, that came on the top right of the map. These are our main forces, having suffered dreadful losses against close-up canister fire. We're now forming ourselves into a position where we can square up to that wall. You can see there the reason why I was waving about there is I was trying to form that line, that grouped formation, but there's only so many places where you can put it because there are building obstacles in the way, and unless all your men can be placed in the exact position that the group would insist on, then it won't let you do it. So I was going up and down there, up and down, trying to place them. So we're trying to move into position now, like I say, for the assault on the stone wall. I think mainly that the reserve troops are going to be out of this one. The techniques I've shown you before on one of the smaller battles is to use the horse to force the infantry into square. I haven't noticed any of the French infantry go into square yet, which makes me wonder if they've actually got the technology to form square. You'll notice we're well in advance of everybody else's technologies, you know, with having our own research, and we've now even got a second school. It's not researched anything for us yet because it's very young and very new. We've got a gentleman in there, that's the one on the in the Americas. Stealing the research from first the Prussians and now the Bavarians has enabled us to at least double the rate that we have been able to develop our technologies. I am hoping to get some C1s from the British, of course, but if you tot up all the technologies that we've got at the moment and work out the number of turns that each one has taken, and I think you'll find that stealing research is definitely the best option, whilst it's not guaranteed. What I haven't done is checked up on what technologies the French have got. And I was saying earlier that I thought that they must have the plug bayonet because they're fighting so effectively close up. You know, they certainly are. You know, if you put 3 units against one of his, your 3 are firing at his, and his 1 is shooting at one of your units, and he's killing almost as many men in that one fire against 1 unit as you are with 3 units firing on his. You know, and it's quite remarkable, really. Obviously, behind a stone wall, that would be even worse. A good way to tell if your horse have stopped chasing people off is that the marker to the right of the head tells you marker to the right, marker to the left of the head will tell you if they're moving. It'll be 1 for walking. It'll be 2, sort of like Roman numerals, if they're still charging and chasing somebody off the field. If they're not, and there's no cross marker on there to show that they're in melee, that means they're then available to come back onto the battlefield. I tried speeding this up on the Movie Maker to see if I could get this part of the battle, this sort of building up into position again for this assault on the wall, to go a bit quicker. But the trouble is, I move around the screen so often to look where everybody else is, because the army is so disparate at the moment that it actually causes dizziness. You end up flying around all over the place, because the camera angle just isn't in one place at one time. So it just didn't work at all. So you have to bear with us a bit, I'm afraid, while we sort of build up to attacking this final French infantry unit. I believe he's come away from the wall now. There are my cavalry coming up behind him. And instead of forming square formation, he's decided that he's going to head towards the cavalry, so I'm moving the cavalry out of the way and bringing the infantry up. It's almost like the cavalry have drawn him on, really. Yep, there he goes, heading towards my cavalry. Obviously thinks he can create the highest amount of casualties by shooting at a force that can't shoot back. Let's pull those horse out of the way. You ever known that? A line infantry unit in the 18th century chasing a cavalry unit? Oh, I don't know. Never mind. That formation has become a bit disjointed now. There's like an angle of the troops that were going on there, as you could see when you saw the sort of highlighted area where the group was going to be moving to. Okay, I think he's heading back towards the wall. Looks like one might get there before him now. Oh well, if nothing else, he's lost his position on the wall, so we'll be firing at much more even odds. It's going to take us a while to get into that formation that I've ordered them to get into, so we're going to have to abandon that, I think. Do a bit of micromanagement at each of these units into a formation where they can fire from where they are. Now it's a case of bringing troops round onto his flank so that we can get as many units firing against that one French unit as we possibly can. Cause the maximum amount of damage as quickly as possible so he'll rout from the field and we can chase him up with our cavalry. I hope to get the ring bayonet soon. That will give us a big advantage. It means we don't have to take the time to fit the plug bayonet in, and it won't affect our firing anymore. That's the key technology for us next. Once we have that, we'll be much more confident against the French. I think we'll be able to suppress them much more easily. Notice you can move a unit in two parts. You see that? You click it once and click it again by holding down the space button when you click the second one, the second time that is, and it will move to the first spot and then move round to the second. Obviously he's gone anyway before we've got into that position. I say space, actually it's the shift key, it's not the space key. Yeah. Okay, and here we go in with the horse. Provincial horse to chase him off the field. We've already, or have we? Yes, we've already gained a chevron on there, so they've already got some experience. We'll build up a little bit more now, hopefully. Normally when a unit runs, it's got 40 or 50 left. This is the insert button. This puts us amongst the cavalry unit. There's what's left of his infantry, running from the field and trying to make a brief stand. One of you can pick out for yourselves whether he's got any bayonets in there. But, anyway, complete wipeout. So, successful battle. We've got, well, we've got half as many casualties on us than had we auto-resolved that battle.